Hello to everyone. Thank you all for joining me at this time. My name is Shavi Zane, and I'm coming on to do a reading. It's going to be two parts to this, okay? Because this is the beginning part is in regards to what took place with Will Smith and Chris Brown. I mean, oh Lord, Chris Brown, what the hell? Um, Chris Rock, okay? I'm out of the loop for real. So I did see a clip of that, and so of course it's all over social media in regards to what happened. And for me, I'm the type of person where I always assume that there's something behind what you see on the surface. And so when I saw it, I said, well, let me go and see what is the agenda for them actually promoting this, where now everyone's attention and focus is surrounding this slap, okay? And what I saw was, a lot of people feel like it was staged, but I don't agree with that. What I saw coming out was, it showed me that Will Smith has a lot going on behind the scenes, and he really used that. It's like Chris Rock triggered him in a way where he took his frustrations out on him, and I feel like he was also trying to prove a point for Jada. Um, I guess to show his dedication to her. But just really quickly before I get into it, because it led me to, once I saw what came out and I saw how destructive things were in his own personal life. See, you can already see with me cutting the deck. He's feeling left out in the cold and abandoned in his marriage. Okay, things are going really badly there. But it led me to do a message specifically for those of you who are staying in these karmic relationships, or you feel strongly connected to these karmic partnerships and you've yet to release yourself, okay? So that's going to be the second part of the reading that I'll be doing. So if it resonates with you, then stick around. If you desire a private reading from me, you can always email me. Check the description area, because a lot of people don't know where my email is at. Check the description area of my channel that tells you about what my channel is all about. And my email will be at the end of that statement. And so let's get right into it. Quickly, I'm not going to do a really long message in regards to why Will Smith smacked Chris Rock. I want to keep on saying Chris Brown. I don't know what that's all about, but let's just see. And then we're going to get into what the message is for those of you who might still be struggling in some karmic relationships that you need to release. The message might not be for everybody, and if it's not, then feel free to come back for a message that's more catered to what's happening with you. So right away, what I'm seeing here is the Five of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so obviously he felt the need to one up Chris Rock for what he had said to him. Okay, and hmm, it's almost like he felt like he was willing to miss out on an opportunity for the sake of proving something here, because you see how this person has a smirk on their face, kind of looking back, feeling like they've been victorious. But ultimately, after you do this type of stuff, then what comes behind that is guilt. So that's what showed up right away in his actions when he began crying and expressing his remorse, okay, even though they said he went and partied afterwards. But yeah, there's some sort of bad news I feel that came in to Will Smith prior to him actually going to the, what is it, the Oscars? I think that's what that was. And so this will be his energy. I feel like right now he's very submerged and just trying to focus in on his finances. But a large part of this was things that people don't see, okay? Things that are hidden. I feel like these are things that Will and Jada are not openly expressing to the public, even though they have, their forum, their platform where they seem to be transparent. It's not nowhere near what's really going on behind the scenes, okay? It's a very toxic relationship that he's in, and he's feeling trapped in this relationship, okay? Mentally trapped, and I feel like there's a part of him that wants to release this energy. What's behind this? Look at that, the tower. So this is what I'm saying. He has a lot of things that's going on in his personal life, outside of the slap that happened, but between himself and Chris Rock. And so this is what the world does not see. And so that tower was the abrupt. That was the that volcanic explosion that had to happen because he's been bottling up, he's been holding it in, and keeping it to himself. He feels alone in that energy because maybe for him, he doesn't feel like he has anyone that he can express it to. And so I don't believe that it was staged just based on the cards that are coming out in terms of why he slapped him, okay? So I'm going to just pull a couple of more just to, you know, get you all to see clearly, based on what I see myself, okay? Six of Cups in a reverse. This is bad memories, okay? I feel like he was doing a lot of thinking about the past and the things that he has gone through. And again, this is something that he's keeping to himself because the moon is here again. And so he literally just had an explosion. That's what happened. And Chris Rock just so happened to be on the back end of that. But the world is here to show that there's some cycles that he's wanting to close out, but I feel like he's afraid to do it. He's afraid to release himself from this toxicity. Okay. Maybe it's because he's so focused in on maintaining his finances. And so I know that he is significantly wealthier than Jada by a couple hundred million. Okay, so that's a lot. And so I feel like he's maintaining this position. Um, yeah, look at that. Because there's an imbalance here, okay? So he wants to take advantage of the opportunity to come out of this energy of feeling discontent, okay? He wants to close out this cycle with the world being here, but he's very concerned about his finances. And Six of Pentacles in the reverse, you can see that it's unequal here, okay? You got three Pentacles over here, two over here. It's not balanced in terms of uh, their financial security, which that shouldn't make a difference when it comes to love. But I feel like when it comes to him actually closing out this cycle and releasing himself, he's putting too much of his focus into the material gains that he could potentially lose when the most abundant thing that you can actually have is your peace of mind. And the material things will come afterwards, but he's holding on to the material aspect of what he's been able to gain even prior to getting with Jada. And so I feel like he's willing to stay in that marriage, even though it's very, very toxic, okay? And there's a lot of just tower moment after tower moment. It's just a lot of chaos I feel that's going on. Look at this. The Lovers is in the reverse. So the marriage is in disarray, okay? The relationship is off balance. He's not happy there. And so that was his public display. I feel like it was I don't know if it's a cry for help or if he just in that moment, he just could not restrain himself. But yeah, things are not moving forward anymore in that marriage, okay? Things are slow. Let's see. Yeah, Ten of Cups in reverse. They're not happy. The family structure is off balance. They are not happy, but he's maintaining this facade for the world because he feels like he has something to prove. And so it's this energy of him. I feel like he wants to have positive movement forward, but it's just yeah, they're not he's not able they're not putting in the work. They're not putting in the effort, okay? I feel like he's lost his passion and his zeal to put in the work to fix this, okay? They're barely holding on by a thread, and there's a lot of pain that has taken place in the past in this relationship. And it's like he's just barely holding on, but it's becoming too much, okay? Because after the Nine of Wands, you move into the Ten of Wands where it's heavy, okay? So it's like he's been carrying these burdens for a long time, but see, it's not bearing any fruit. Seven of Pentacles in a reverse. The relationship is not growing anymore. So, I feel like it's already worn. It's run its course, okay? A lot of fighting, drama, chaos, a lot of crazy things that's happening. So this is why he slapped him, okay? It wasn't anything personal towards Chris Rock per se, but I feel like Chris Rock kind of opened up the door, that little crack that he needed to release all of those things that he's been keeping and holding back to himself, because I feel a strong disconnect in his personal life. I don't even see anything coming out to indicate communication, okay? I don't see any swords here, barely, okay? This would indicate being mentally trapped. And so it's this energy of just a straight disconnection. And so, yeah, he made a very foolish decision. He jumped and did something too quickly. And so, but it's all because of an unhappy household. Everything that you see right now is showing you that he has an unstable marriage, unhappy household, and that situation is done. But with the six, well, I mean, I'm sorry, with the Queen of Pentacles coming out in the reverse, and earlier we had the King of Pentacles in the upright, that indicates, no, that's not the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles came out in the upright, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, which indicates that Jada might be overly focused in on trying to take from him. Okay, there's something about a codependency here, and I feel like he has a sense of loyalty that he feels to her. Okay, but outside of that, yeah, the passion is gone, the spark is gone. Um, I feel like there's this energy of just a lot of manipulation, jealousy, competition. Like it's not good, y'all. So, there might be some sort of offer that somebody has made here. Sun is in the reverse. It could have been a Leo, I don't know, but it's it's no balance here, okay? Emotions, temperament came out in the reverse, okay? He's not able to keep his emotions in balance right now. So there's no healing that's happening within his personal life. And so this is why he had a public display of, this outrage, okay? So moving on from that, I'm going to go right ahead and get into what's going on with you all. If this is your situation, if you find yourself in a relationship and you feel like it might be kind of toxic, okay, at this point, you know if it's toxic or not, especially if it's one of those where you're on this constant hamster wheel of just karmic lessons, okay, painful situations, deception, betrayal, gaslighting, narcissism. You know if that's the type of situation that you find yourself in. And so I want to see what's going on in terms of your personal circumstances for those of you who are in these karmic relationships. I want to look into why you continue to stay, the energy that the person that you are with is projecting. And that's what we're going to do here. So I see that you're making a decision though, okay? You're definitely in your head about moving forward and away from this energy of not being happy anymore. I feel like you want to turn away from that energy. And I feel like this also indicates that you're with somebody who is not happy with themselves, okay? This person has not been able to find their own satisfaction, or that own, that joy within. They don't have it. And so you have turned your back, I feel, and you're looking into a new direction, but you haven't made any moves yet, okay? Because there's still that barrier here. Now, whatever this is, there's something that's keeping you from making moves, but I do feel like you are working on making a decision. Um, so let me see. Some of you might even be considering relocating to move away from this person. You have the Star card coming out, so I do see that you have a strong potential to move towards your happiness, your wish fulfillment, something that you have been praying for, or maybe someone that you might have been praying for. Um, but there's still an energy of needing to do what's necessary to release, okay? So I do see that you want to get up. You want to take advantage now of new opportunities. You don't want to just stay stuck in this energy of constantly trying to heal yourself from one situation after the next and having to regroup and rebalance. Every time you go through a traumatic event with this person, or if they're trauma bonding you, or whatever the case may be, this person might be very controlling in the relationship. And they might be way too comfortable with dealing with drama. And so you might have found yourself having to, regroup over, and go back into prayer mode and trying to heal yourself over and over again. And so now it's like you don't want to sit in that energy of being discontent anymore, just like what came out for Will. You want to take advantage of the opportunity that's being handed to you. And so this card is now in the reverse to indicate that you are going to take you're going to take action. And you have two number fours that came out at the same time, which indicates you want a new foundation. You want something that's stable, that's solid, that's immovable. Some of you might just be very hesitant out of fear of taking this leap of faith at this time, though. So working on your solar plexus chakra is very important. So yeah, I feel like you're in this energy of really just visualizing what you want. I feel like you have an idea of the type of person that you want to attract to yourself at this point, especially now that you have dealt with the type of person that you don't want to attract to you. So this person that you are walking away from they gave, yeah, a lot of vital lessons, okay? And this card just says everything that I just spoke. You're looking ahead, okay? You're taking the reins here, you're taking control of your life, and you're moving full speed ahead with the Chariot here. You want to move towards your success. You want to move away from this energy of betrayal, Okay, you're ready to get up and heal from all of this backstabbing energy. Um, and I feel like it was multiple times that this person has betrayed you, or if it's not a specific person, it could just be over, relationships that you attracted to yourself. Okay, lots of painful, sleepless nights, overthinking, you know, and this is the type of energy that you was in, or that you might still currently be in. But I see you gaining the power, the courage, and the confidence that you need to move forward. And I see that you're also utilizing your spiritual strength in order to do it here, with the Hierophant being at the bottom of the deck. So let me see. I'm going to be pulling some cards to see the nature of this relationship, and the energy of the person that you have been dealing with. And I'm going to give you some advice towards the end in terms of how you can move forward here. So, okay, you have the Sun coming out. So I do feel that you're just ready to move towards your happiness. You're finding your own happiness within. You're doing what's necessary to get your energy back up, and to just, to be carefree again. I feel like you want to be transparent in your energy. You want to be authentic. You want to be, who you was created to be, and not this inauthentic version of yourself that you might have became, in order to protect yourself. I feel like you built up a wall around yourself that it just wasn't you. It did not allow you to express to the world who you truly are, because you was trying to protect yourself. And so moving away from this person, both of these cards right here, and I say that because in both of these cards, the Star and the Sun, the only thing that's missing is the Moon. The Sun, the Moon, and the stars. I feel like you're really, really daydreaming and really visualizing what you want. And it's like both of these people in this card, this is a child here that's naked, this is an adult that's naked. It's like you want to just be free and transparent. You want to strip bare of all of those, um, that false exterior that you was projecting to the world. You want people to see who you truly are. Okay, you're balancing yourself out, you're healing your inner child, you're growing, you're glowing. And so you want somebody that is a direct reflection of that. This person right here that you're moving away from is not that. They're the total opposite of that. And so I feel like you're done. You're tired. So that's a good thing. That means that you've gained the lessons, and you understand that that person was only supposed to be in your life for a season, and that it's now time for you to close that chapter out and start a new one where you're creating happy memories, and not, a repeat cycle of negative situations here, like these types of situations, which is the same thing that we spoke on with Will. So I feel like that's what led me to do this message, because many of you are dealing with the same type of circumstances that he's dealing with, but you found yourself for a time being very silent about it. You might have gotten comfortable in the drama with this person, because this person is comfortable with drama, so you might have gotten comfortable in it for too long. And now there's been, in this awakening, we're in the age of Aquarius, people are waking up. And so in your awakening, not only do you shift your religious beliefs or your spiritual beliefs, you remove yourself from certain friends that are not in alignment with where you're headed, family members, career paths. You shift the way that you think, the way that you do things, the way that you view yourself. Then right along with that, you end up walking away from karmic toxic relationships. That's just all a part of the awakening. And so many people find themselves like, oh my goodness, have I really been with you all of this time dealing with this type of drama? What was I thinking? But it was really just you needed those lessons in order for you to see the importance of establishing those healthy boundaries for yourself. And so this person was very manipulative, and you found yourself going back and forth with this person. They try to one up you, you come back and try to one up them, and it was just this petty battles that was constantly happening. But I feel like this person was also in this energy of always looking for a way to start something up. And then I also feel like this person, you might have also been dealing with somebody who was um, unfaithful in a relationship, always seeking something new, or someone, different. Um, or, it could have been you that got into this energy. Both of you could have been in that same energy, because if one person is not faithful, then it might have struck you to not be faithful in a relationship. That doesn't always happen, but I do see that there was something about about, making choices or trying to choose, between multiple options here. Um, so let me see what else is coming out. Yeah. Mm, mm, mm. So what I'm seeing here is that, first of all, somebody was definitely dealing with abandonment issues. I feel like this goes back to the root from childhood, some sort of lack mentality, abandonment issues, and it led you to someone who you was very, it's like you walked right in, or both of you. I feel like both of you was drawn to one another because you both was dealing with abandonment issues, lack mentality. You just had a lot of things that that you was dealing with that you had not yet, that you didn't heal from. So it's like the blind leading the blind, but you walked right into a very toxic connection that was largely centered around the sexual energy that the two of you had for one another. But this was a very toxic sexual energy here, and it was something that kept you gained a sense of security, but it was a false sense of security in this relationship only because of the sexual connection. And if you look closely in the devil card right here, there's fire right here, okay? And so it's like being out in the cold, coming into this very passionate sexual connection. It made you feel this false sense of security, like you had came out of this energy of being in the cold. This fire, this passion that was largely based around your sexual connection. It was a false sense of security for the both of you. And so this is why you ended up in this situation. Somebody might have also had a very unhealthy sexual fetish in this relationship as well. But or also addictions, maybe a sexual addiction, any type of addiction though. But this is definitely showing me that it was very unhealthy, and in your lower vibrational energy, in that energy of being unhealed, you walked right into the devil. Like y'all walked right into, this is the two of you here, and then now this is the two of you here. Okay, so you think you cozy, you think you're comfortable enough to be able to strip bare, but you didn't really strip anything down. This was only for the sexual connection is what you took off, but that protective layer is still there. The illness is still there. The pain was still there, but you found some sort of security here, but it was one that kept you chained and bound to what? The devil. Kept you chained and bound to a very toxic energy, okay? And so this is why it was so important for us to wake up in the age of Aquarius, because in these types of relationships, when you're chained to this type of energy, you're still feeding the beast, okay? Which is the Jezebel spirit, the that lower level entity that is a large part of the current structure of the powers that were, who are losing their position. They need that type of energy in order to maintain their power. They need people to stay chained and bound to this toxic energy, so that you never awaken to your divinity, you never awaken to who you truly are, because this is who you truly are, okay? You're balanced here, you're connected to all things that exist around you, okay? And so rather than being chained to the devil. And then when you look at this picture also, you can see this chain right here is very loose around the neck. It's the same for this person over here, but obviously you can see these cards are getting old. But you always had an escape route. You was always able to get up and walk away at any given time. It was a self-imposed imprisonment that you placed yourself in when you was in this relationship or deeply embedded in this relationship. And so if you're still there, then I feel like it's largely, if you feel like you're stuck, it's because the sexual energy, it's because of the sexual connection. So if you're still having intercourse with this person and they're still in this energy, then that means they're still attached to this beast. And so when you have sex with them, you keep creating that spiritual cord, that cord in the spiritual realm that keeps you feeling like you can't move, like you can't get away. And so you stay in this indecisive energy of, should I stay or should I go? So this is telling you here, um, once you cut the sexual connection and heal your sacral chakra, because the sacral chakra is around your reproductive organs, and it deals with pleasure, it deals with passion, it deals with zeal, excitement, and your security within yourself. The only way you're going to heal your sacral chakra is to release yourself from sexual intercourse with this particular person. Okay, go and take you a salt bath, take several salt baths, and you want to write out, I release myself of all sexual connections, all sexual desires, all emotional attachments, all sexual addictions. and cord attachments to whatever the person's name is. You want to write that down and say it in spirit and in flesh, and you want to burn it. And then you want to start working on healing your sacral chakra, okay? Because this person is something about them that's definitely not balanced, and you staying with them keeps you in that energy. I do see that you are healing, and that the moment that you set yourself free from this relationship, things are going to take off for you. But as long as you are still connecting with them sexually, you're going to feel stuck. Okay, you're going to feel entrapped in this energy. Okay, you're going to keep on picking up on the energy that they carry, and it's going to continue to affect your forward movement. So just keep that in mind. This person, it's like they're codependent on your energy here. So this is that investigative energy, okay? You might be finding out some truths here, starting to see things more clearly about this person. You might have been, I feel like you're starting to look at this from a more logical perspective. The Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. No one is putting in the effort to work on this relationship. Yeah, this person that you're dealing with, okay, you see very clearly what's going on, but the person that you're dealing with is a liar. They're very manipulative, emotionally manipulative, and they are very cutthroat in the way that they communicate with you. Yes, um, very immature in communication. They love to gossip. They're in that type of energy, and this is why you have to walk away, because this person will do anything. I feel like they'll go by any by extreme measures. They'll take extreme measures to try to work up against you, because ultimately they've become too cozy and comfortable in this energy of being, chained and bound to this lower level toxic demonic energy. And so you're being called to walk away and to move towards your wish fulfillment, move towards your happiness, find that inner peace, that self love, and that personal power and strength that you need to take your authority back. Um, and then once you leave this person, you're going to need to do some work on healing yourself. So that's all about balancing out your feminine and masculine energies. The feminine energy, that aspect of yourself, is the healer, okay? And, really finding those wounds and nurturing them. The masculine energy is that energy that takes where you take your power back. You establish that firm foundation. You establish those healthy boundaries. You take action and you move full speed ahead. So I feel like right now you're being called to step into your masculine energy so that you can take your power back and walk away from this relationship. Now, obviously, you want to use your own discernment in terms of when that is the best time, when is the best time for you, because there might be other factors that you have to consider. But just know that your peace of mind should be the first thing that you are concerned about outside of anything material, okay? Um, because this person, very, very toxic. Very, very toxic in their energy. So let me see. You have here, I feel like you're taking a look at the past here. I feel like, in this energy, look at that, the Three of Swords. You're starting to see where, like, the root of this, okay? Some of you have known this person for a long time. Some of you might have children with this person. But, if you haven't, you're starting to look back at your own childhood. It's like you're shining the light on your own childhood, and you're starting to gain an understanding of where the wounds begin, where they were created, okay? And so I feel like in hermit mode, this is usually when you're by yourself and you're doing that introspection and turning within, and looking at those dark areas. So I feel like you're taking a look at all of the heartbreak that you've dealt with, even in your childhood, and you're starting to see how you ended up in this energy and how you ended up attracting this person to you, where the two of you was like you was projecting, towards one another. It was, like I said, the blind leading the blind, and you walked yourself right into this very toxic, demonic, karmic relationship. So now it's like this energy of really starting to reflect and really looking at it for what it is. Yeah, I feel like you're taking your emotions. You're not even emotionally available to this person anymore, but you're not feeling strong enough to walk away yet. But look at this: the Lovers is in the reverse, the Strength is in the reverse, and the High Priestess is in the reverse. So you might have revealed some secrets here. I feel like there's a lot of things that you see clearly, but you haven't been able to take your power back in order to free yourself from this person, because I feel like you're still weakened by the sexual energy that the two of you share. That part you haven't been able to overcome. For many of you, that's not the case for everyone, obviously. Did I use the bathroom? Okay, go ahead. And so I do see that it's this energy of needing to work on that solar plexus, like I mentioned earlier, and to also start listening to your intuition because you see things clearly. Excuse me. You've done the investigative work. You've gained some clarity and some answers. You're starting to look at this from a logical perspective. So now listen to your intuition in regards to what you should do because this right here, this is not a divine connection. This is not one that was divinely guided. Um, but it was more drawn on the pain. Okay, so let me pull one more from this deck and I'm going to move on. Yeah, you're being called to become independent, to go and do your own thing. Okay, this is you being single, feeling good about yourself, feeling powerful, feeling strong. And there's a lot of yellow here. That's that solar plexus energy again, a lot of greenery here. So you know, coming out of lack mentality and knowing that you possess everything you need within yourself in order to create a solid foundation and security for yourself. You do not have to depend on someone else because in this energy here, there's no growth. I see no growth here. And so there's no security. If there's no growth, there's no security. And so I see that this relationship has definitely run its course. You're being called to do the work to heal and to take back control of your life and move towards your success and to do it independently and free from this person because they're not ready. And so it might be a long time before they can catch up to where you are headed because I don't feel this is not your person. Okay, this is not your person. I strongly feel that you are moving towards whoever it is that you have been praying for, with the star card here. So I want to just see with these cards, generally the ones that come out green, this will be your energy, and the ones that come out red would be the energy of the person that you may be thinking about, the one that you might be with, or that you might be having a hard time letting go of. Okay, so let's just see what comes out in terms of the energy. So you have here making family a priority. So some of you want to stay because you want to make your family a priority. And this is largely why you felt kind of trapped in this relationship, okay? And so maybe you're staying for your children if you have children with one another. Maybe you're staying because you want to impress your family. You know, maybe your family has a certain opinion in regards to who you should be with. But whatever the case may be, I feel like you have good intentions, but it's clear that there's no growth here. And so even let's just say you have children with this person, then you're doing your children a disservice when they have to watch their parents be unhappy with one another. And you're also teaching them to be in this mindset of lack mentality, lack lack of love, lack of self-love, lack of growth, okay? You make them believe, you teach them through your actions that, you know, being by yourself, you'd rather stay in a toxic relationship and on a cycle, you know, a karmic cycle, than to go and find happiness alone until the right person comes. That's what you teach them. And then as an adult, you turn around and if you see them in this type of toxic relationship or worse, which naturally they will gravitate to if you don't teach them now, if you don't break this generational curse now of staying in toxic relationships, then you teach them that, okay, you go and be in a toxic relationship because that's the norm. Okay, this is what they grew up seeing between mother and father. And then you as an adult tell them in their adult relationship, no, you need to leave that person because why would you want to stay? That's what you end up telling them after you've learned all of these lessons. But I feel like now is the time to nip it in the bud, break the generational curse while they're young and while they're still impressionable, so that they'll understand the importance of not allowing themselves to walk right into that type of situation themselves, okay? And so let's see what else is coming out. Okay, so this would be for the person, okay? You're the person that you may still be with. You have mental conflict and insecurities. So this person is very insecure within themselves. Um, and because they're insecure, I feel like they project this energy off onto you. And so they project this energy off onto you, and so they're in mental conflict about who they are. All right, I feel like they're mentally off balance in a lot of ways here, and it's largely due to their insecurities. um Yeah, and so I feel like you're constantly in this energy of wanting to try to fix things, mainly because you're making the family a priority. Like I said, you have good intentions, but it's not working out the way that it's not in alignment with your intentions, okay? It would be different if you're doing everything to make the relationship work and this person is also matching you in that. There's reciprocity, and both of you are putting in an equal amount of effort to fix the relationship. But I feel like it's one sided. And so, because of that, yeah, you have sexual infidelity right behind here, which I did see with the Seven of Cups that came out earlier, having multiple options. So there is some sort of infidelity that's taking place, and it's largely due to this person's insecurity. So if it's not you that has stepped out here, I feel like this person is the one who's doing this because they're always feeling insecure about themselves. I do see a lot of jealousy and envy from coming from this person as well. You have here, I'm single. So I do feel that, with this Nine of Pentacles coming out, I feel like you're starting to feel like you're single even within your relationship if you're still with this person. You don't feel like you're actually in a active relationship. So it's almost like you become a roommate to your partner if or a roommate with benefits, if you call it benefits, because I don't see nothing beneficial about sexual energy that keeps you in a low vibrational state, okay? That keeps you chained and bound to the Jezebel spirit and the devil spirit, and just no. There's no benefit in that except for what you might feel in that moment. But when you come up out of that, then you feel even lower, okay, and even less of yourself. So I feel like you already feel single. Okay, so maybe some of you have already walked away from this person physically, but maybe mentally you haven't completely taken the full step to move ahead and to allow yourself to be open to new partnerships. So let's see. Yeah, jealousy and envy is coming out. This person is very jealous. Because of their insecurities, they're very jealous. And so, what happens when you're insecure and jealous and envious? You become very controlling. So, I feel like that's why this person felt the need to keep you chained and bound through their sexual energy. Um, they might have whatever they did, it kept you weakened to them in terms of the sexual connection, okay? And so I feel like that's what it was. It's like they became very controlling, wanting to keep you chained and bound to them. And they really misused the sexual connection to their advantage here, through their insecurities. This is how they kept you feeling locked down and chained to them. Okay, so in a spiritual realm, that is their their method of keeping a person stuck to them. See, you have a lot coming out. You want to be loyal. You're working on bettering yourself. We see that with the star card and the sun card coming out. So you're working on bettering yourself. So you're the type of person that wants loyalty. You're the type of person that wants to be loyal. Okay, that's just your energy naturally. And you want to move towards your soulmate. So I feel like you're going to be walking away from this connection, doing whatever work you need in order to heal yourself and to balance out your own masculine and feminine energies, and becoming very comfortable um in your own within yourself, okay? Becoming comfortable in your own independence is the word that I was looking for. So once you become comfortable in your own independence, then you attract to you your soulmate. Okay, so if you've already done this, okay, because many of you are on different stages here. Some of you are still actively in this relationship, but even though you're still with this person, you feel like you're single anyway, okay, because there's no bond there except for a sexual connection. Then others of you have already left the connection, but mentally you're still there because you just haven't been able to release yet. You probably haven't done enough work to be intentional about releasing that person from your energy, like taking those salt baths and working on your sacral chakra to free yourself and clearing yourself of that person's energy. So that's another group. And then another group of you have actually completely walked away from this person, and you might be thinking back to the past. You might be kind of guarded right now. You might still have some hesitancy about taking the leap of faith towards someone who you've been praying for, someone who is your soulmate, okay? Someone who is going to offer loyalty, and that you're also going to be you're going to be able to continue to better yourself with this person. They're not going to take you backwards. You're going to grow even more with this person that is your soulmate, okay? So right behind this I have sudden ending. So, for those of you who are having a hard time pulling yourself away from this relationship because you're really just trying to stay for the sake of not having your children have to see you go through this breakup, um, a sudden ending will likely happen. And that's that tower moment that comes in to strike down a foundation that was never secure from the very beginning. Okay. So the very beginning would be, this is how you came in: broken, bruised, battered, beat up. Okay. Unhealed. And this is what you walked into. So that's the foundation, something that's very toxic and unstable. And so then the tower moment comes in, that sudden ending will likely happen for those of you who have yet to do these, who have yet to build up the courage to walk away. Um, but it's one that's going to really give you a new opportunity to start fresh, okay? So you'll have to push past that initial shock, which it shouldn't be such a shock because I feel like you've been in this painful cycle for a long time. So it's almost like you should be anticipating and expecting it. But for those of you who are not able to take the initiative to release yourself from it, then yes, a sudden ending happens. Maybe something is exposed, something is revealed, maybe you find something out. Um, but that's your exit away from this devil energy. So let me just pull, okay, that was a lot, but this one came out. You have attracted to you. Um, and then you have here at the bottom emotional abuse. So I feel like, yes, you're still attracted to this person because, again, these two cards were together. You're still attracted to this person sexually, but it's only a surface connection. There's nothing deep about it, okay? There's nothing, you can't grow spiritually, you can't grow emotionally, you can't grow mentally in this relationship. You cannot grow even when it comes to your material abundance. I feel like you will still take a lot of losses in this type of relationship. Um, and so you're still attracted to this person, but this person is very emotionally abusive, very emotionally manipulative, and so I feel like what happens is they withdraw their emotions from you whenever you're not giving them exactly what they want in that moment. Okay. And so they also isolate themselves from you. They make you feel like you're alone, even in your relationship. Okay. So this is why you feel single anyway. Okay. And so this person does it on purpose because they're insecure. So even when you're like, okay, well, we finally found an even ground, things are at peace, this person is going to find a reason to kick up some drama with you because they need to see that you have this desire to chase them, because that's how insecure they are. They're very jealous in their energy, very jealous and very envious of, just others. You probably have to go outside holding your head down with this person, okay? Obviously, okay, in a respectful relationship, you're not just going to be googly eyed and just looking at everything that's walking. But I feel like this person right here, they're just jealous of any and everything because they have nothing within themselves that they love, that they're happy about. Okay, you got the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So I'm gonna pull one more. Okay, yeah, this is the last one. You got ghosted here. So this person may ghost you in a relationship, which means they might disappear sometimes if you're not living with this person. And right here at the bottom of the deck, you have no intimacy and using you. So some of you are being used for your finances, for material gain, for your sexual energy, for your emotional energy. Um, it's very, very toxic. Okay. So let me just see. If you walk away from this person, what energy can you anticipate? What can you expect if you move towards that, what you've been praying for with the star card and the sun card? What can you anticipate? Um, Give you some encouragement to keep moving ahead and focusing in on the vision of those things that you want to attract to yourself versus what you don't want. Because I feel like if you never take the leap of faith to walk away from this person is not going to walk away from you either. They're going to stay, but you're going to stay on that karmic wheel with them. So you have worth waiting for. This says divine timing is at work in your love life. So you've been waiting for the right opportunity to have the right type of connection, one that's in alignment. And so it's divine timing that's at play right now. Okay. You have codependency. This card is in the reverse. So codependency, somebody, I already saw that with the devil being here, somebody might have some sort of addictions, whether it's sexual addictions, addictions to substances, alcohol, trauma bonding, addictions to anything because they're insecure, addictions to drama. But whatever this person is very codependent on you. And so this is why I said they're not going to walk away from you, because they're codependent on the drama, the toxicity of the relationship. They feed off of it, okay? And so you're the one that has to take the initiative to walk away from this. And this is why, I, look at this, separation. You're the one that has to take the initiative to walk away from this. This person is codependent. You are the one that has to get up and walk away from this, even if it hurts, because this person is holding their chest. You have to do this. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So you're going to be separating from this person at some point in time. Like I said, whether you get up and do it on your own, or whether this person, or whether just situations happen to cause the disruption of the relationship. Now you have here calling in your soulmate. So yes, your soulmate is going to be coming in here. So you can anticipate that you will be attracting your soulmate to you. And so what can you anticipate if you walk away from this person? If you separate from this person, if you separate from this codependent energy, then you will be moving towards what you have been waiting for, which is obviously worth waiting for, which is your soulmate who you have been praying for. So that's what's coming towards you, okay? Let me just take a couple of cards for advice, and I'm closing out, y'all. Passion ignited. So heal your sacral chakra. You have a new passionate beginning that's coming towards you, that's going to really spark something within you that you haven't felt in a long time. And what you felt before was very surface based, but this is something that's going to be, you're going to feel it in your spirit, okay? You're going to feel it in your soul. It's going to be something that you feel from deep within, outside of a sexual connection. And you're going to feel that excitement and that passion and that zeal for life again, okay? So you're moving towards someone and someone new, okay? Yeah, look at that light, okay? The sun card. So this is going to bring a lot of happiness here. You got the sun card coming out twice. So the advice that I have here is to just allow things to unfold. The number 10, well, 9 plus 1 equals 10. So that's a number 1. And then another number 1. So a new beginning here in happiness and passion. Okay. So this says your hard work is paying off. So you've been doing a lot of work. You've been putting in a lot of energy and effort and healing yourself and taking the necessary steps to move towards your happiness. And so it is paying off, because you can see that you're going to be moving towards a new type of energy that brings excitement. This says step up and lead. You got Capricorn coming out twice, so maybe some of you are Capricorns here. I also see Leo energy very strongly here, as well as Aquarius. But I do see that you're stepping up. You're going to be stepping up and leading, which means you're the one that's taking the initiative. You become the leader. You take back your authority and your power, stepping into that masculine energy and creating that foundation for yourself. That's what you're being called to do. This says think it through. So you're going to need to do some thinking, okay? Think about what makes sense, what's in alignment with your growth, what's in alignment with your happiness, and what's not. And you want to make cuts to those things that are not, because you have fulfillment of wishes here. You got beautiful things that you're going to be welcoming into your life. And so the more that you take the initiative to put one foot in front of the other, don't look back, but keep moving ahead and move forward and away from this energy. You're going to be walking towards your happiness and your wish fulfillment. Third eye chakra is all about listening to your intuition. So go within, okay? Pray, meditate, do what's necessary to shift and alchemize the energy so that you can make the right decisions. You have protection coming out. So it's time for you to start protecting yourself, okay? Which, like I said, if you're still with this person, you want to protect yourself from this sexual connection, because that's the only thing that's within this relationship that keeps the two of you feeling or creating the illusion that there's something still there. But it takes you right back into that toxic energy, and you're picking up on this person's insecurities and their bitterness and their lack of motivation. And I mean, it's just so much that you're picking up on from being with this person. This card was in the reverse. This is dealing with heartbreak and loss. So release this, okay? Allow yourself to heal. When this comes out in the reverse, that's allowing yourself to heal and no longer feeling entrapped, okay? And staying focused on the pain, but, seeing that there's a big world out there, okay? And so that's that self-imposed entrapment that you end up in if you're only focusing in on the loss. Now you're able to, look ahead and focus on the new opportunities that you're going to be able to attract to you now that you have taken your power back. That says stand your ground. So stand your ground and do what's necessary to fight off all opposition. Some of you, like I said, you're staying because of certain family members' opinions in regards to your relationship, people that don't want to see you move towards your soulmate. So stand your ground. Number 7 is up here. So listen to, that spiritual connection is very important as you make the vital decisions in your life. Nobody else should influence your decisions except for those that you feel divinely guided to do, and those decisions that you know are in alignment with your happiness, your peace, your security. That's more important than somebody else's opinion, because most of those people will try to convince you to stay in a loveless relationship only because they themselves have not done the work to heal, and so they find themselves attracting those types of relationships, and for them in their own mind that is the norm, and that's okay. But no, in your awakening, when you wake up, you realize, no, this is not okay. So that's what Will Smith is going through. He's probably going through his own awakening, and he's starting to see that materialism is not, it's not worth your happiness. But I feel like he has a lot of work to do, and so hopefully those of you who are, in these situations, you don't allow yourself to stay um, tied down to a relationship as long as he has, because he's been with Jada for a long time. That says you are good enough. So I'm gonna close out with this: you are good enough. You are worthy, and love is definitely out here for you. Once you start to project the energy of self-love, you will find that love is infinitely abundantly available to you, and that you have a beautiful soulmate out here that is waiting, who has also done the work to release themselves from narcissistic partners, toxic partners, karmic partners, and who's done the work to heal. So that's what I have for you all. If this reading resonated with you, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Email me for a reading. My schedule is pretty open. I love you, and I'll talk to you all next time.